Oh, okay. Reminder
Okay.
that I need you to
Look,
stop
also.
sipping on the mic because I'm gonna punch
Oh yeah.
something.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know how that feels too. I hate when I have friends who eat on the microphone and it irritates the fire out of me. Look what I got.
Honey buns. I had
Yes.
one
So actually,
once.
just once. Lucky. I wish it
Mhm.
was just once for me. Now I'm addicted. On the way out. All right. So at my job, there's like one way in and one way out. There's like one gate. That's the only way you get in. The only way you get out. So if you're not quick getting out, you're going to be in a long line of of people to get out. So I was like, oh, let me run to the cafeteria real quick. I badly need this honey bun. So I run to the cafeteria, I get out, and I'm sitting in traffic in the parking lot for like 15 fucking minutes to get out. And I'm just like, oh my God. All this for a honey bun.
I hope you're ready for battle. You better get on the saddle. We got some demons to tackle. Yeah. We about to put on a show. These haters don't even know.
Top 3 favorite anime characters of all time.
The Rocket Twins from Pokemon. Yeah, you would have to use your mouth.
I don't know what's going on with Big Radiohead today.
Cody asks, I watched last week's episode, but I couldn't stop focusing on that nasty red spot above Anthony's eye.
Damn.
When you come to the ring, which song do we got?
Think of a thong. Oh, a thong. A thong.
Oh my God. All right, you're not doing that to the ring.
Are there any games out there that represent your life, like something you can relate to?
It's the most depressing game, Elden Ring. I could probably relate. I could probably relate to Kaylin.
Yeah, Kaylin in Elden Ring, that whole area, I relate to all of that.
Anthony has anxiety.
That whole thing is great. That's thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the world's greatest junk mail podcast on earth, even if it is the only junk mail podcast. I'm here with the greatest podcast co-host in the world, Pink Radiohead.
Hi.
There you go. We got a lot of great questions here. First off, we missed last week, so if you're not on in the Twitch or in the Discord or anything like that, we missed last week because I've been extremely sick and I still have a lingering cough, but everything else is much better. And I took some cough medicine before we went live here to try to keep that under control. But I'm back and feeling better than ever. How was your week off, Pink?
Week off. Which is fine. I have nothing to add. I've been making a sweater. That helps.
Nice, yes. Oh, that's great because I got a couple of like we put a YouTube short up and the thing that I got a lot of feedback on, people were messaging me and was like, the greatest thing about that short is Pink crocheting in the back. It's like I think people love Pink Radio crocheting.
Look, it's been. That's what I was crocheting. I was doing the lavender part, you know. So
That's fly though.
yeah, look.
I like it. That is awesome. Real quick before we get into these questions, I want to give a big shout out to the Twitch chat. What's going on to all my mods? Love y'all. Also to the YouTube. And well, before we go to YouTube, everybody on Pink Stream. She doesn't live stream while we do this right now, but shout out to her chat and her mods. They're also awesome. All the people listening on YouTube, shout out to you all. Well, yeah, that's fun. Shout out to everybody who listens over on the YouTube. If y'all have any questions that you want to add, you can put them in the YouTube comments. You can put them in the Discord. Join the Discord and put them in the Discord. We have a junk mail question for that. You can also reach out to me on all social medias. I am not giving you permission to reach out to Pink. just reach out to me and leave questions, and then if she ever gives y'all that permission, then you could do so. But don't take this as you could just go blow up her inbox with questions. um but yeah, I think we're ready to jump into some questions.
Okay. Cool.
Let's do this. Let's jump to Trey, who is our first question. Trey put this in the Discord, so shout out to the people in the Discord. What defies a person? Their thoughts or their actions?
All right, so I actually was thinking about this one because it's something that I actually do think about often. But like, short answer is what actually defines a person is their actions. Um, and I have many reasonings for it. Many. So obviously, like,
Let us hear them.
your thoughts are important, right? Because if you don't have thought behind your actions, then probably the action won't happen. Or well, there are people that actually act without thinking, but obviously. So I was reading something, and I even watched a video the other day where they were talking about people with personality disorders and the actually like the very dangerous ones, right? Like psycho killers, people that have like what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot. Sociopaths and
Schizophrenic?
sociopath. No,
Oh,
no, schizophrenics. I wouldn't add them there because that's also like a sensitive topic because he has been. It's one of those.
okay.
It's one of those mental disorders that have been really like made look worse by the media and like the way that is portrayed in movies. But I'm talking more like like the ones that are very dangerous, like being psycho killers, right? Like, so this is the
Mhm.
thing. There are people with that disorder, and they might not act on that and on that thought pattern, right? And at the end of the day, what's gonna define the person is not the disorder or the condition. It's really like the actions that they take. There are people that really suffer under these conditions, and but they don't want to act on it because in some shape or form they have gotten the help that they need to, and like they never acted on things, right? Like they've never acted on like their instincts to go and kill a bunch of people. So I think in
Mhm.
this case, you cannot define them by their thoughts, which obviously their thoughts are pretty messed up because they might be thinking about murdering things all the time, but their action has been to not go and act on that. And I think
Mhm.
I think that definitely ends up defining the people that, or like the person in general. Um, of course, like words, I think saying words, because I feel like this question, I was like, are they talking about words versus actions? Because that's another thing, right? There are people that talk a lot and they talk a lot about like the good things that they want to do and what they believe in, but like they never take any type of action on those things, like not even small things, or like they will be talking about being kind and then they're like, insulting their best friend all the time or bullying a kid in school, right? Like their actions define them. So yeah, I
Mhm.
had way many other things in my mind about it, but I am tired and I have forgotten. I should have written them. I should have written them down.
No, I'm with you. I actually agree with
Oh,
you because oh, go
sorry.
ahead, go ahead.
So sorry, Melman. I just saw what you said, and that's one of the thoughts that I had in my head because the one matters more the action on or the intention. So I was thinking about that one because I knew that would be something someone would say. I'm like, well, but it's the thought that matters, the thought behind it, right? Like, well, yeah, I think the actions still happen, and this is usually when you're talking about gifts and stuff like that. Somebody gives you something small because they were thinking of you, but they were very thoughtful about it, even if it's something like, here, chapstick, but it's because they notice that you have, your lips have been very dry and, or like they've been, chapped and stuff like that. So they give you
Yeah, yeah.
like they were like, oh, I'm going to give them a little bit of chapstick. However, I feel like some people use that as an excuse to be mediocre. And I think that's more in relationships, in the sense of like, well, it's the thought that matters, but they literally should know already. And I think that goes into more of another area, but I think it's a case by case in that case. If that
Right, for
makes
sure, for
sense.
sure.
Yeah.
I actually agree with everything you said because I think all of us here and listening have thought things and haven't acted on it. Like, and I don't mean it as it's always like something dangerous. It could just be like you have somebody walk by and you maybe thought something negative about the person who walked by and you thought it, but you would have never blurted it out. Like,
Yeah.
I think yeah, I think your actions defy you way more than your thoughts do. We think a lot of shit, y'all. Like, think about how long we've been on this earth. Like, we think a lot of thoughts, and not all of them are truly who we are. It's just a thought that popped up in your head. I
Yep.
make movies in my head at work all the time. Like, literally, I just like I look at people around me and I just make a movie in my head to help
Yeah.
kill time. Like,
Like,
thoughts are thoughts. Like, they
you're
don't.
like, you see that person, or you're like, oh, I say hi, and then they go and they do this, and then like, see, yeah, like, especially like I have anxiety, right? So like, anxiety makes you think a lot of stuff. And I also have had, when I have been like in a very difficult times, I have had what are called intrusive thoughts, which, by the way, I hate the meme on the internet because I feel like people don't know what an intrusive thought really is. And like, intrusive thoughts can be really like annoying because you question yourself, you question your sanity, and you're questioning if you want to do those horrible things that you might be thinking about. But if you take a breather, then you realize, like, no, it's just my anxiety or it's intrusive thoughts trying to mess with me. And
Right.
that happens a lot. And I think that's like something that's actually discussed in Buddhism a lot, that is like, sometimes your ego will lie to you and will say things to you that you just need to basically fight back and speak back. Because if you believe everything that you say in your head, then,
Yeah.
like, even the negative stuff that you say to yourself, come on.
Yeah. 100%. I can I can attest to that because I speak all the negative stuff in my head and listen to that dumb shit too. Which is funny. I hope I'm not putting too much information out there, but Pink has told me about that about myself, and I've been working. So I've been making like a real effort of doing better about that too. Um Okay, thank y'all. I was for the listeners on YouTube, I was telling my mods to promote the stream in the Discord, but they already did it because they're amazing. Thank y'all. All right. Question number 2 comes from C Tom. What games are you excited for that are releasing this year? Now, I know we've had either this question or similar. Y'all, sometimes we're gonna run into the same question, which is fine. I could probably give a different answer from what I gave last time. I think we've had this question before though, but that's fine. Sometimes we'll have repeats. I'm excited for Like a Dragon.
Okay.
What's up?
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm excited for Like a Dragon. Infinite Wealth, I think is the name. I should probably know the name if I'm gonna speak on it, but I think it's Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I'm super excited about that because I played the first Like a Dragon. Which is part of the I hate saying this because I hear it so many different ways and chat corrects me, but I swear every time I hear a podcast and they talk about it, they say the exact opposite of what chat said. So uh please forgive me. I don't know if it's Yakuza or Yakuza. I hear both ways a million different times, so I'm not sure which way is
I
the
think it's
exact correct.
Yakuza, if it's Japanese accent, but I'm not sure either. So
Yeah, I every time I say one, somebody's like, "That's not the right way to say it." I'm just like, "Okay, everybody's giving me different things. I don't know which one's which." So please forgive me on that. But it's part of that series, and I played the first Like a Dragon. Now, like they have a really big series, and I've never played another one. I just played the Like a Dragon, and now they have the Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the part 2 to that, and I am very excited for that. It looks like a lot of fun. Ichiban as a protagonist is one of my favorite protagonists. He's like Goku in their world because he's just so goofy. It's almost like, I don't know. Sometimes you look at Goku and he's like, do you think Goku knows if like sex is a thing? Like, I feel that same way about like Ichiban. Like, they're just so like goofy, but also fun. Of like, almost like I'm gonna beat your ass real quick, and then I'm gonna give you a senso beam to make you feel better, and we're gonna be friends after this. Like, I just I don't know. I just feel like we should all strive to be like
but what does
Ichiban
that have to
more.
do with sex? What? I'm so confused.
No. That didn't have anything to do with sex, like that part. But I'm just saying, like, there's just so kind of like oblivious to things, almost like I don't know. Like it's hard. Like you just kind of just look at them and just be like, I don't think that they really care. And I don't say that like it's a problem. That doesn't matter. But I'm just saying like they're just so like, yeah, just super friendly. I want to go save the world and just I don't know. But
I guess friendly people don't like sex.
no, see not all right, never mind. We just
I know, right? I know. Brown Eyes understands. I'm like, what?
No, it's not. All right.
I'm like trying to
Forget
find
I okay, forget I
correlation
said it.
here.
Forget I said it. All right. I am very excited about that game. And I'm also really excited for Hellblade 2, even though I haven't finished Hellblade 1. I need to finish Hellblade 1. But I did way more of Hellblade 1 since the last time we talked, and I do really like it. The fighting system, I am dang it, I meant to turn the sound alerts off. I apologize. I
It's okay.
apologize, guys.
That's not on my thingy, at least.
um, um where was I? And everybody just joining in the chat. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, I forgot what I was speaking on. What were we doing? What was I doing?
Hellblade
Like a
2.
Dragon. Oh, Hellblade 2, thank you. I played a lot of the first Hellblade. I kind of suck at the fighting. It feels
Yeah, same.
hard to dodge and to get out the way. I'm dying a lot when it comes to the battle. Also, 5 in the chat. Don't be sorry. It's okay. It was my fault. I completely forgot about sound alerts. No worries.
Don't worry. No one recording it, and I don't think I have that, so no problem.
Yeah, no problem at all. That's on me. But did I was going to ask you if you had any tips as far as the fighting goes, because
I don't. I am
okay.
terrible. I am terrible. Like, you said that you don't use shields and you don't defend yourself. Like, I'm kind of the same in this type of games. Like, I'm like suffering because I need to dodge, and I know that I have to dodge, and I'm not dodging properly and stuff like that. So I know that when I was playing Hellblade, it was definitely something that I was struggling with. So
yeah, okay. I feel better about it then.
just roll around. That's what I do. I just roll around until I finally hit them, and it takes me forever to kill anything. So
yeah. Okay, then I'm not alone then. It's kind of a struggle, but I am excited for Hellblade 2. I'm also
Same.
excited to finish Hellblade 1. I'm gonna work on it.
Same.
I think I have a few more. I don't want to say a whole bunch because I don't want to take any that you might name, but there's a few
you
more
already did.
that
I don't have anything else but Hellblade 2. Like,
oh, that's what you were gonna go with. Well, you want to add to Hellblade 2 real quick?
well, I don't have anything to add. I have to finish.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
I have to finish Hellblade 1 and basically same thing.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll just throw a few quick ones out. The Mario Donkey Kong game that's supposed to come out. I believe that's coming out this year.
Princess Peach Showtime, is that coming out in 2024?
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I think so. That one looks like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
There's one more. Oh, the Final Fantasy 7 remake. I think it's Rebirth. I think for the part 2 or whatever, however the hell they're doing that. I like the Final Fantasy 7 remake, so I'm kind of excited about that too. But those are the only ones that are really like on my radar that heavy this year, which is good because I want to do a lot of traveling and not buying a lot of games this year. So I need them to kind of just keep it chill. Hopefully it stays kind of chill and not like a year like last year where I spent so much money on video games. But all right, nice. Are we gonna get to see you do Hellblade 2 on stream? Throwing you on the spot. Ooh.
I should, yes. I should play some games on stream. Like, I should stream. I haven't streaming how long or now. It's good. I think because I added the channel points where I'm asked to speak French or Italian for 5 minutes, and I realized it's really hard for me to just make up things on the fly to say in Italian and French, especially in Italian, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the heck am I supposed to say for 5 minutes? I don't even talk for 5 minutes straight when I'm here, like, playing. So I'm being afraid to go back.
That's been some fun. She's got new channel points, which are great because one of them you said was what languages were they again? That you
Spanish, French, and Italian.
So, yeah, Spanish, French, and Italian, and the Macarena dance, right? Because I redeemed the Macarena dance, which was a lot of fun too.
And I hated it. I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I even do this?
That's usually how it goes. Is you think something's gonna be fun, and then like they just spam the hell out of it. Like me with Blind Man, which is where I take my glasses off. And usually it's like it gets to a really good spot in the game where it's like, all right, let's fuck them up now. And then I have to take them off forever long, and I'm blind and I'm crying because there's tears coming in. And then it just got to where it was, as soon as you get done, redeem it again, redeem it again, redeem it again, redeem it again. I was like, okay, well now y'all fucked this up and we're not doing this anymore. but yeah, let's go to Breed, who says, what game has the best glider mechanic?
I mean, I feel like I'm not the person to say what the best one is.
I was
but
about to
it's
say,
obvious-
let's
but
all
obviously-
guess.
But it's obviously like, can I hear a guess in the chat? What do you think I'm gonna say?
I have a strong feeling of what you're gonna say. I actually have a different one though. I'm gonna go Chia.
Okay.
Chia has a really, really fun glider in it. And it's I've never felt better with a glider than I have in Chia. Though I know you're gonna go Zelda,
Of
obviously,
course.
because that's the one. Yeah, that's the one everybody would
It's
would
definitely
say.
not Fortnite.
Um,
It's too slow.
yeah, and God, no, it's not Fortnite. And you can't use it when you jump off of mountains and things like that in Fortnite, which is super annoying.
I'm pretty sure
But yeah,
Genshin
Chia has a
Genshin was pretty good, but like I didn't think it was like okay, not amazing because I didn't like that game that much. Sorry, Genshin people.
I
Yeah.
didn't play enough of it to know. Genshin, like I played a little bit of it, and I was like, okay, this is
Wait.
kind of cool, and then I kind of just fell right off of it.
I'm actually unsure now if it was actually no. Yeah, I think there is a glider in Genshin. Yeah, there is a glider, right? Because
I don't remember,
there was another
to
there
be
was
honest.
another game that looked like a ripoff of Breath of the Wild, but it was like more like a survival focus with animals, and the dude also had like a glider, but I never played that one for too long either. So I start so many games that I don't continue.
I know. I kind of would really want to see you play Chia because I feel like it's. I think you would love that game. Like I really think you would love it. I wish that we could see you play Chia. I think you would like it a lot.
Yeah,
But yeah, Zelda and Chia.
what's the name of that game I'm talking about? 5. Like I don't remember that name, but I remember I saw it on Game Pass. It's straight up. So I know the colors and everything. Like it was like a lot of things that were kind of like, hello. Anyway,
I don't know. I don't know this one. Yeah, I don't know this game. I don't know. I haven't heard of that one. All right, let's jump to Shelby. Shelby bought a Steam Deck. Congratulations. Mostly to take with me when I leave the house for an overnight visit with family or friends. The only
nice.
problem is that I always feel rude when I pull it out to play. Why is proper etiquette? Oh, what is proper etiquette when gaming around company? Should I not bring it at all? Oh, I can relate to this one a lot because anytime I go to my people's house, like all my family lives way away from me, so it's like an hour 30 plus drive anywhere to see any of them. I always bring my Switch. This is harder for me, so Pink may have another perspective for you. For me, my family's not all that like we get together because like we don't see each other very often, and then it's like okay, let's have dinner or let's go to dinner or go to the mall, whatever we're gonna do. But once we kind of sit down, everybody's either on their phones or in their Switch. So for us, like I would say obviously if y'all are going out to eat for dinner, I wouldn't bring the Switch to the dinner table. Maybe that's just me. I don't know if Pink's gonna say something different. Maybe for other families that's not a weird thing. I'm not judging either way. I just wouldn't bring my Switch to a dinner table or something if we're all gathered around. But once it gets to like everybody's just kind of sitting down by the TV, we kind of just play our games or play on our phones and share things with each other and talk.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of real casual. Obviously everybody's family is different.
Yeah.
My family's just everybody just sits down and does whatever after whatever event we did is over.
I mean, I have a similar answer. To be honest, I wouldn't do it when everyone's on the table. Like I think it happens a lot with certain people in my family that they come over and haven't seen them in months, and I'm like throwing shade and like, yeah, it's my brother. I'm just gonna say it. It's my brother. He's like that. Like, I haven't seen him in months and stuff like that, and he still goes back and sits on his computer and like like I have to ask him to sit down with me and talk with me because we don't even really talk that much when he's away because he's like that. He just doesn't keep in touch.
Mhm.
And like, or he's on his phone watching memes when we're eating, and it's like, bro, like put it away, right? Like, and that is something that my mom and my dad started doing too, like being on their phone. And like, listen,
Yeah.
like it doesn't have to be all the time that we have to be talking and sharing because like I don't care. Like, I think definitely bigger family dinners, like when you have like uncles and aunts visiting, like it's a holiday and stuff like that. I wouldn't bring it then. Like maybe for later after everyone has had dinner and have shared, or maybe you're sharing something, you're sharing videos with each other, and then people are playing video games here, other people are like reading a book. Like I feel like that's also sharing in the same space, but everyone doing their own thing as well, right? Like it's like me crocheting,
Mhm.
right? Like when I'm crocheting, but I can still share with people around me. And I think the same with like the Steam Deck on the Switch, but kind of like trying to find that balance because there's something that someone and not that's not part of my family, but that would come over and they would just bring their computer, start playing instead of like sharing with people. I think sometimes we need to get out of our introverted ways and actually share with others. And that's coming from a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
introverted person. So,
Yeah. I know the introverted me was just like, God, that sounds scary.
yeah, but it's family,
Um,
right? Like, so I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like certain times, like, make an effort to kind of like share and listen to people.
And I do feel like that's one thing I feel like my family needs to work at. It's funny because you said that about your parents doing the same, and my mom has gotten that way now that she knows how to work a phone. She's no different from us. Um, Overall, I would say like we just conversate while we're doing that, and maybe we should put them up a little longer. Like I said, if we're doing something like eating dinner or something like that, then nobody brings their stuff to the table and starts playing games or nothing. But yeah, just once we get through eating and everybody's kind of sitting on the couch, my Switch usually comes out and I'm just playing the game and just talking while we do whatever. A lot of times my brother would throw on like a football game or a basketball game or something, so I'll kind of half pay attention to that. Or they may turn on a movie and I'll still kind of be watching my playing my Switch while they watch a movie. I'm not a movie guy. I get bored of movies like very quickly. So it would be on. I kind of look up from time to time and I'll talk with them. But even when I'm playing my Switch while they're watching a movie, I kind of feel guilty of like I should be enjoying this with them, but they know I hate movies. Like I get bored so quick. An hour in and I'm ready to go to sleep. Like I sitting through a
There
whole
might be
movie's a
really
task
bad
for me.
movies too.
They could be. I'm just not that into films. You know what? While we're on this topic of films, I was supposed to watch Pulp Fiction, and we had a day off of work because of the ice on the roads. So they were like, they messaged us, said, "Don't even worry about coming in." I said, "All right, this is a perfect day to watch Pulp Fiction." I t- I turned the movie on, and I don't remember. Somebody in chat could correct me. There's going to be like an hour difference in what I'm saying. It was either like a 3 hour movie or like a 2 hour and 35-minute movie. It was somewhere between 2 hours and 30 minutes to 3 hours and 30 minutes. Somewhere between that. It had to be, or probably closer to 2 hours and 30 to 3 hours or 3 hours. And I was just like, I don't have this in me to do this. And everybody tells me how much they love Pulp Fiction. Like one of my closest friends loves that movie. It's his favorite movie ever. And I'm just like, I can't. 3 hours? Who has 3 hours to just sit here and watch
It's
this?
really good though.
So
Watch it.
it's I need to. It's just like, oh, I gotta sit on this couch
It
for 3 hours and watch this
it
movie.
has action and it has like funny dialogue and watch it like. And if you want to start with something short, start with Kill Bill. But it's still pretty good though. Like they're both really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Eventually, I'm gonna knock it off my list. I need to do it.
Hey,
That and Kill Bill are on my list.
extended, the Lord of the Ring versions are superior.
Is the chat going off about Lord of the Rings right now?
Mailman said you should sit through the Lord of the Rings trilogy unedited. Well, I wouldn't say unedited, but it's like extended versions for sure. Yeah, they are so
I
good.
hate Lord of the
Shut up, 5 Get out of here.
It's gonna be a whole war between the Lord of the Ring fans and non-fans in the chat. I've never seen them.
They're so good. The
All
other
right.
day we were playing Fortnite that I started laughing randomly. I didn't say anything because I didn't know who would like the Lord of the Rings, but I was literally laughing at a Lord of the Ring memes. That's what I was laughing at by myself. I'm like,
Oh, I thought you were laughing because that was like hilarious.
you weren't even saying anything. Okay.
Oh, okay. She'll never pretend for me, y'all. She'll never do it. That's why I love Pink. She's gonna be honest all the time. She's not gonna pretend for me. All right, Drake said, if you were giving or going to if you were going to vacation in any video game world for a week, where would you travel and what would you bring with you? This is tough.
Vacation.
I'd
And what would I bring with me? Maybe go to Hyrule and bring a Korok with me.
You better bring a gun. You go to Hyrule, you better bring a gun with you.
No,
so,
but like, you see,
a lot
like,
of shit
people
going
are
on.
walking around and doing things. It's kind of like when people talk about very like, oh, that place is very insecure, be careful, and then you think that in every corner something bad is gonna happen. It's not usually like that. It's not in every corner. It's just certain areas
Right.
are more dangerous than others.
Yeah, more dangerous than others. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like the United States.
Yeah, you're
huh?
right. I shouldn't tell. I should leave the Korok along. Maybe I would bring some fairy powder. I would go visit like a fairy fountain and ask for something. Like a fairy powder or something. That would be cool.
Or you could bring your recipe book. You got like recipes of dope meals in Hyrule. There's a lot of cooking goes on in Hyrule.
That is true, but I can also buy like the fan made versions on Amazon. So.
Oh yeah, very true. Very true. Real quick, going back to the movies because somebody in chat said something about Star Wars, and I have never seen Star Wars either, so you're not alone in that. Oh man, where would I want to go? The problem is every game that I play for the most part, I feel like is dark. So it's like right now I'm playing Liza P. I wouldn't want a vacation there. Them puppets are out of control. Definitely not Elden Ring. You know what? Elden Ring has some really beautiful places though, but even when like they're beautiful, it's like really fucked up. What am I playing? I'm trying to think of what I'm playing on the Switch because I'm like, if there's gonna be a beautiful place, it's probably something on my Switch. Where's anybody know where Princess Peach lives? What is that? Peach Island or Peach Castle or whatever, wherever the hell she live at.
Isn't the Mushroom Kingdom where she lives?
Mushroom Kingdom. Yeah, I'd live in Mushroom Kingdom. I'd let her be mommy. That'd be kind of fly. What Mushroom?
What makes you think that she's gonna be mommy?
Yeah, it's her place. We just live here. She's mommy. She's like Mommy Lilith. Mushroom Kingdom.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what to say to that.
I love that Ducky in the chat says Elden Ring is wild. It really is. But Elden Ring is where I live there in my head.
Like saying like, yeah, I'm gonna go vacation, like where Doomslayer is, which is like hell, literally.
I'm gonna go live in Caelid. I mean, that's where I live in my head at all times, anyways. Okay, let's go. Did you have another one, or is that it? I feel like my answer kind of sucks, but I just play too many dark games. I'm sorry.
Like the worlds in Overwatch are really, really pretty and well made, but they are all real locations in the world. So I can definitely go visit those places already if I want to.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of beautiful places, and I thought of that. There are many. It's like video games. Like sometimes, like they have such great environments that you just want to be there.
Yeah, and actually, I want to get this correct too because it's based on a real place. Chia. Speaking of Chia today, What happened? Somebody in chat saying something crazy?
No, they're saying that you could have easily said Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley.
I wouldn't want to live in like I never played Stardew
You're
Valley.
going on
Like
vacation. You're not living there.
to Animal Planet. I mean Animal
Animal
Planet,
Planet.
Animal Crossing, whatever the hell it
I
is.
mean, there are islands. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I probably because I haven't been to like a like no so I've been to one person's island. I haven't seen a lot of islands because I'm still so early in the game and my island is trash. So maybe if I seen somebody's island that's like super dope, maybe. Chia actually takes place on a real island. I'm trying to get the name of it without having to read an entire article to get there.
Maybe
But
if you put your
Chia is
glasses on.
no, I can see, but it's Wikipedia, so it's like how far do I have to scroll before they name the island? Chia is beautiful though. If you've never played Chia in the chat, I highly, highly, highly recommend playing Chia. Yeah, highly recommend.
recommended.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't find it, and here it is. It is heavily inspired by New Caledonia. New Caledonia. And the island is beautiful from in the game. I've never seen the island in real life. I'm assuming it's beautiful if it's heavily based off of it.
Oh, that
but
looks
yeah,
pretty
Chia.
That looks pretty full. That's a new word. Pretty
I like that word. Pretty full. I'm in.
Pretty
I'm
full.
in. But yeah, Chia is so good. Yo, I feel like I never get to talk about Chia a lot. I just want to say, yo, you can soul jump into birds and grasshoppers and deer and everything, and you can just be whatever. So you can just be a bird flying in the air. Oh my god, it's so great. And the music is like island music, so it's like you'll just be flying as a bird, and there's just this beautiful island music just playing. And you're just like, oh, this game is great. Play Chia. I'm telling y'all now, it's great.
It's great.
Let's jump to Mike. What are some the best mounts and forms of transportation in video games? Can you think of anything? I always go to Elden Ring's torrent. Feels so good to ride.
Feels so good to ride.
Yeah.
Best methods of transportation is just the fast travel.
Yeah, that is true. Fast travel is great.
I don't know. I honestly,
Cars?
I just think of fast travel. Like, I like cars in games, like, you know, in Cyberpunk, GTA. Like, it's always fun to use that. Even like in games where you can use horses, I normally don't want to use the horses because I don't want the horses to get hurt. I see someone said Red Dead Redemption. Like, I don't like to use the horses there because they get hurt. But I know that I need to use them because, you know, like, how do I get anywhere?
Yeah. Torrent in Elden Ring was great because it can jump pretty high, which was always pretty cool. It's pretty fast. You can get there quickly. Summoning it is super easy. I actually wasn't a fan of the horse in Red Dead. Like, it's fun to look at while you're riding the horse, like slow, and it's like the cinematic scenes and everything is nice. When you're trying to move quickly, sometimes like you're trying to keep up with somebody and then you have to quick stop. Like, it's hard to do all that, which is realistic because it's a horse. So I mean, it's realistic, but it's just kind of like inconvenient when you're doing certain missions and things like that. I always go into what Pink said about hurting the horses. I always accidentally hurt the horse trying to stop and didn't stop quick enough and ran into a building. I'm the worst at mounts. But driving cars in GTA feels nice too. When you like get on the highway and you're just like zooming and you're just like in and out of lanes, that always feels great.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the mountain Zelda? Like, I wasn't that big into the.
Oh my god, I really enjoyed actually having like an alternative to horses because I literally did the entirety of Breath of the Wild without getting on horses because, again, I didn't want them to get hurt, and I know you can like resurrect them and all that stuff, but I didn't want to go through the pain of losing a horse because I did have one situation where I had one horse with me and I ran into a Lionel once, and the Lionel killed my horse, and I was really, really upset, and I reloaded the game. And I knew that I could have gone to, like, Gold Horse or whatever and asked for the horse to be resurrected, but I literally just, like, closed the game and then went back to my loaded file because I was like, I'm not gonna watch Oreo die. No.
The funny thing about Zelda is I never use the horse. I always end up going to whatever tower is close to where I'm trying to go, and I glide off as far as I can get, and I just walk the rest of the way. Like I never use the horse.
Well, and now in Tears of the Kingdom, they use a lot of. I did, especially late game. I did start using more like vehicles and stuff like that, and it's actually really fun
Mhm.
because I made up like the little kind of like um air fan motorcycle that you can make is actually pretty useful when you're like in the depths, and then but also like having like the transportation where you can put like spikes and stuff like that and just run enemies over. I did like that very much. It was very
Mhm.
enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what I enjoyed about the torrent one. Like in Zelda, I would always end up like getting somewhere where the horse couldn't go, so I'd have to leave it, and then it was just there, and it just got like too much to try to keep up with. When in Elden Ring, like with the torrent, you just ring a bell and it appears, and then when you get off, it vanishes. It's done. You just ring a bell and it's here and it vanished. It's just so quick and easy to move around on. So I liked it. I had the same issue with Red Dead. It was always hard to keep up with where the hell my horse
Yeah.
was the last time I used it. So, uh, but yeah, there you go. Uh, Last one here from P Stevie. How much longer do you think we'll have disc and other physical media before it's all converted to digital download only?
I don't think we have anything coming out on disc anymore, to be honest.
This-
Or do you mean like the hard drives on our computers? I feel like consumers are gonna have them for a while longer because I feel like consumers are like the last ones to like adopt like the cloud solutions. I still meet so
Mhm.
many people that are very uncomfortable with using the cloud and they don't even know that their iPhone is using cloud as well. Those people sometimes drive me crazy. Like people who start talking without knowing, and I'm like, you
Yeah.
literally have AI and cloud on your
Uh-huh.
phone that you talk
Yeah.
about all the time. But yeah, I think it's already happening a lot because like even like the releasing movies like on the movie theater is like has changed. It now releases on streaming services. Like that didn't happen before the pandemic,
Mhm.
and I think the pandemic definitely like accelerated the rhythm into which we're going into all digital. So I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's definitely like around the corner.
Yeah, I know like the PlayStation Slim that came out, you have to have it doesn't have a disc slot in it. You have to buy it separate and attach it on. Um I think by next consoles they're probably done with it. Unless maybe they do that with like what they did with the Slim and have an attachment thing. I personally would like to have a physical copy of my favorite games, which is something I've been working on. Um I do hate to think, and it could be exaggerating, I don't know, but I fear of like there was a statement, I think it was Ubisoft, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I think it was them that said people should get used to the idea of not owning their games, and I don't like that statement at all. Like
Yeah, I
I
mean, Ubisoft is one of those companies that are kind of like Ubisoft. Ugh.
I don't like that. I think if you pay for something, like subscription things are one thing. Like even when it comes to music, right? I think I've told this, it was either on here or on my stream, I forget, so I won't make it long, but I've said before that Snoop Dogg had finally owned Death Row Records and had the rights to everybody's music, and he made sure those people got paid for it. So he did it for a great cause. It's like, yo, these people who've worked on all these albums never got the money they were owed, so I'm gonna own it and make sure they get paid the money. All that was fine, but it was just like how quick he took it off Spotify and everything. I was like, oh, we don't own this music. That's also
Well, you don't own
subscription
Spotify.
based.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's subscription based. I get that. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a whole different situation. But it just reminds you of like if everything starts going digital and you don't have copies of the things you like, can like Ubisoft just start snatching games off that you've paid full price for, but it's digital and they decided you're done with it?
I think we've talked about this before, and it's literally on the terms of service when you buy something. Like literally Steam is like that. You with Steam, if Steam decides to take it away, they will take it away. It's not yours anymore.
Mhm.
You're paying for the service. You're paying for the cloud service because it takes a lot of money to keep all those games in the cloud. And that's how you're accessing them. Like that's how you get them. Like they are like on cloud and you're like downloading them and kind of like using that. And I'm not sure. Not all of them have cloud saved. Like most of the times you're saving on your computer, but like the game itself is not yours.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I just feel like for me, and I'm only speaking for me, I would like to have physical copies because I don't want to pay $70 for a
Of
game that
course.
somebody's gonna snatch away from me.
I know, and like that's what I like that Nintendo still has the option right now, like that you buy the physical copy or you buy it on the cloud. But when you buy it on the cloud, it tells you it's final.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that 100%. Yeah, I just don't like it. That's all. I
It
don't
is.
like the idea.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea of snap. Sometimes when they do things like there was a game Rumbleverse that was like a huge Fortnite but with wrestling. You drop in, it was like this big multi thing, and they took the game away. Sometimes, like when you get free games like that are live service, like you kind of understand there's a chance that this ain't gonna last forever, so you may spend a lot of money in it, but that's something you're choosing to do. Like I spent a lot of money on Fortnite, and one day maybe it just won't be as popular anymore, and everything's gone. But you kind of got your money's worth when you bought the skins and stuff. You kind of understand what's
Did
happening
you
to
though?
you
Did
when
you?
that happens.
You're literally
What?
just buying skins in a game. Like you could have bought clothes.
Yeah, but I understand what I'm getting myself into. I understand that one day
Yeah.
all this money I spent on this is gonna go. Like I get what I'm getting into. If I spend $70 on a video game and you decide it's done, like we're snatching this off, I just don't. I'm not a fan of that. So I'd rather just
Yeah.
own physical copies of the games that I love. And I want to be able to just pop them in. I'm
Okay.
kind of hoping like the next consoles, if they don't have a disc slot, I'm kind of hoping it does like the PS5 Slim, where you have an additional thing you can attach. I kind of hope that's still a thing in the future.
I think that just like that is happening, they're gonna run into more piracy than
Mhm.
that now, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of piracy now, but like this is what happens when you make the games that people want to play inaccessible. And of course, I understand someone said it in the chat. It's like their property. 100%, it is their property. It's their intellectual property. They are the creators of the game. Like they are like the ones who put the money into the game. But they are the consumer is also the people that basically ended up like giving any type of revenue for that said game. So, I
Mhm.
understand both sides in a sense. Like it's not about what's right or what's wrong in this point. It's like when is it gonna happen and who is gonna do it first? Like obviously there are companies that are already proceeding to do it. And then there are other companies that are a little bit more like, no, we're gonna continue to do physical copies right now. Just so people have the option. But yeah, I think, more and more like that's where everything is going, and this is why they always say like this is the generation that's not gonna leave anything physical to be remembered with.
Mhm.
Reminded
And
of, like remembered with, I don't know.
yeah, you're on it. Yeah. I'm not saying this to say what's right or what's wrong because I don't know. I'm just somebody who has my own opinions about the way I want to do things. I'm not telling anybody how they should feel about anything. But I just think if you look at any other way of selling things, like to think like somebody in chat may sell me a t-shirt and they're like, here's this $40 t-shirt, I buy it, and it's just like, yeah, but I can come snatch it back too whenever I want to. Like if you look at this from any other point of view, this sounds insane. Like that you could just pay full price for something and they take it. Once again, I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong. I'm just saying if you went to the mall and bought a shirt and you came home and they just come knocking on your door 3 months later and be like, yeah, by the way, that shirt, like I own the right to that shirt, so I'm gonna want that back. You're gonna be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well,
It's just, I don't know, it's a lot.
physical ownership is completely different than when we're talking about the cloud though. Like they're different things. That's kind of like that's why it's confusing for people to understand. It's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
The companies that are selling things on the cloud are also putting money to maintain those services. They're putting labor and money to maintain those services.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. they'll like I said, once again, I am not a genius in this. I don't know how that stuff works. I just all I can speak on is what I'm comfortable doing and not doing. I understand completely subscription based things. Game Pass, all that. You may be in the middle of. There's been times I was on PlayStation Plus playing an amazing game and they snatched it off. And I was like, well, I mean, it was on PlayStation Plus. It's a subscription. They're going to take it off. They let you know the date. I just never read it. So, I mean, things like that are going to happen. But just only for me.
You didn't read the
Yeah.
script?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, you cannot sue me.
Yeah. That's how it went last October. We were doing what game was that? It was a horror game. It was from the people who did Until Dawn. My mind is going blank, but we were in the middle of that. I was streaming it and then they just snatched it off, which was weird because it's in the middle of October. Like
Yeah.
you would think the game would make it through October. But yeah, it was like, okay, well, I guess we're not streaming this anymore.
All right,
It's off.
bye.
But I understand. Yeah, I understand it though, because I didn't buy the game. It's a subscription thing. I get it. It's just I still feel weird about spending $70 and somebody from
Of
Ubisoft
course.
telling me get used to not owning it.
Of course. Actually, I did have a recent issue with that because I reinstalled The Sims 3 on my computer, and half of The Sims 3 I own before it was the Origin app, and now it's the EA app. But back in the day, I had bought a couple of physical copies of The Sims 3. So I had Sims 3 base game, World Adventures, I think Ambitions, and then I had very random because I saw it on a store, expansion pack, a stuff pack actually called Sweet Treats that was with Katy Perry, and I had like a bunch of ice cream decorations and stuff. So I was reinstalling everything. And one thing that you can do, or you could do before with EA games, is that you would put your code, your physical code, and then you could claim it as a digital copy, and like the ownership is under your account. So I was trying to claim my Sweet Treats because I couldn't see it anywhere on the EA app, so I can just download it and install it. And when I tried to claim it, it only showed the Sims 3 base game, and I'm like, bro, I want to play my copy of Sweet Treats. Now I'm gonna have to download it from a site
Yeah.
where people have created a disk image, so I'm able to actually play it because it's not even available on their new service. Like, they discontinued it, but I have a physical copy and I have no way to install it unless, I do like the entire thing of reaching out to customer service and all that stuff, which
Yeah.
I can probably do, but yeah.
Just the hassle alone is would be annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are lucky this is a junk mail podcast, because me and Pink got on here and started really talking about video games and the industry. We'd be out of here. Let's stop answering questions and just get on here and speak what we feel. Okay. We have done our obligation of answering these 7 questions. So let me make sure we got everybody. Once again, if y'all want to ask questions to be on here for next week, make sure you put them in the Discord. We have a Junk Mail Tuesday section that you can add questions to. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, you can put them in the YouTube comments. If you have to reach out to me via social media or text, you can, but it's like, I prefer you to leave them in the YouTube or the Discord. That's what the Discord's for. But Pink, thank you again for all your insights and wisdom on these questions.
Of course. That's why I'm here for like a grandma.
Chat, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit and just talk to y'all for a bit. We're not gonna get into anything. I'm probably just gonna hang out and talk to y'all for a little bit, and then I'm gonna bounce. And Pink, you're gonna go get you some rest, I believe.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna game a little, but I'm not gonna stream. I'll stream tomorrow, maybe. Oh no, we have the thing tomorrow, right? We're streaming
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah, we got Zelda tomorrow. Yeah, we do have Zelda tomorrow. Ducky, yeah, you can ask any question you want. It doesn't have to be video game related. It can literally be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Anything on Earth.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all that stuff.
Well,
Alright.
for the YouTube side, we will see y'all y'all will see us on next Wednesday. Pink, are you headed out?
Yeah, I don't know. Did we do an outro for Junk Mail Tuesday?
Yeah, no, I think we killed it. I just didn't want to hang up on you. I was just making sure.
I wanted to make make sure because I didn't feel like we said bye or anything. But bye, Junk Mail Tuesday.
There we go. She does always end it.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.